Hello listeners and fellow Game Pass fans, get yourself set and ready for your favourite unofficial Game Pass podcast, Game Pass News. So I'll hand you over to Nick and Sean and get the show started.
Welcome to Game Pass News, recorded live Thursday, September 15th. I'm Nintendo, one half of the awesome GPN crew, Mr. Sean Abbott right over there in the other window. He's the other half from across the pond, the better half, if I may say so. Today we are going to chat about contests. You're going to be winning money. Somebody's winning money. Presentations, a whole hell of a lot of them, and what we've been playing. And of course, your amazing questions. You better sit down, buckle up, because you're on for a crazy Game Pass ride. What's up, Mr. Sean? How you doing, man?
I'm super good. I am so excited for today's episode. It is unreal. I've had a very salty week. I seem to have been hitting Discord really hard and being very, very negative about a few things. So this could get very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, saucy Sean is fun. I'm not gonna lie. So if you can bring that, I'm all in for that spaghetti sauce. You just bring it. I'm doing good. I don't know, got a lot of energy right now. I haven't had a good week, you know. It's just a fun week at work, doing cool stuff. So moving dirt and stuff like that. I always love the beginning of a new build because you just get to play with big toys and push stuff around. It's great. So yeah, for me, life is pretty grand. How's the fam?
Not all good. Everybody's adjusting to back being at school. So Logan's now at his first official school. Jay is at college. Emily's in the last year of primary school. So lots of emotions, lots of tired children. Yeah.
And you know what, Ninja Lunchbox, you're right. I don't drink coffee, but I've had too many of these, and I may have a thing of tea over here too, just to kind of top off the caffeine level. So we should be good. We should be good to go. Yes. So my daughter, first full. She's in first grade now, so she's going to school for a full day. So she was like, this was great Friday. She's like, it was great, Dad. I loved it. It was fantastic. I think this is fantastic. And I was like, cool. And then Sunday rolled around, and I was like, you ready? You ready for another week? And she's like, what? I got to do this again? Wait, what? I was like, yeah, you're going to do this for a while, sis. It's just like kindergarten, except now it's a full thing. And she's like, oh. But she got over it. She's still excited. She's still into it. So, Nintendo dads, I'm not gonna lie, I don't nail the intro all that often, so I wouldn't be super jealous. If you go back and look, you'll find that usually I have some. I just happen to get in a groove, I guess. I'm not sure, but I'll take it. So listen, I don't want to bury the lead. I'm really excited about this. We have events, and we have contests, and we have all kinds of stuff. So why don't you start us off and let me know when I need to do what I need to do?
So, first
you didn't know that was going to happen, did you?
No, completely unprepared, but hey. The first giveaway is going to be with the announcement of Deathloop coming to Game Pass next Tuesday, which is the 20th. Is it 20th? Yeah. So we're gonna launch the Achievement Hunters, and our game for that is going to be Deathloop. So the score with this. If you play the game, rack up some gamer score by unlocking as many achievements as you can. Every 5 gamer score gets you 1 entry, and then we draw the name from a nice vast list of people that have entered. And the person that can get the highest, or the first person to get to 100% of the gamer score that is available for that game, you win yourself the little Grand Hunter badge. So that's our first thing.
Yeah, exciting, because that was not going to be our game. Like, we have been planning this week to be the announcement week for like the last month. So we had a whole different game planned, and then Xbox was like, hey, and we were like, we should probably choose that one. So that's great. Good timing for us, Xbox. Really appreciate you.
Yeah, definitely. I was trying to conduct a tweak because I thought you were going longer. So anyway, I'll do that later.
I was short-winded for the first time ever.
So yeah, the game we were going to use is Slime Rancher 2 because we were super hyped for that coming out. That comes out on the 23rd of September. So yeah, and I know you were
22nd.
really looking for. Oh yeah, sorry, that's the Thursday. So the Friday would be the So no, you're super excited for that. I didn't play the first one, but I'm happy, I can't wait to hear your input on the second one. So there's that, and then the announcement of our extra life gig. We've joined the team with the Nintendo Dads, a little bit like last year, but our scheduling is going to be a little bit different on it. But we are really happy to be involved with that again. Such a great cause, and
Definitely.
we had some great fun with it. So
yeah,
closer to the time, we'll announce exactly how that's going to run because we've got a couple of things to figure out. But yeah, we're super excited to be part of that again, and we love the fact that the Nintendo Dads kindly have us on and let us get involved and kind of run our own show with that.
Huge announcement from the Nintendo Dads, by the way. Absolutely gigantic. All getting together, a big old shebang up in New York. Man, eat a slice of pizza for me. That is fantastic. Congrats, guys. You deserve to get together and hang out. So have a ton of fun. I can't wait to watch all the shenanigans that go on from that.
So yeah, the details around that we're gonna have to. We're going to find out what games we're going to be playing, what times we're going to be available, and what time, who's doing what time, because with the time difference, I'm 5 hours in front. So I'm probably going to take charge for the first couple of hours, and then Nick will join me, and we'll do some duo gaming, and then Nick will take charge for the back end of it, as I've got to go and pick kids up and do the whole be a dad routine. So
yeah, and we'll get a graphic of all that out to you guys when it gets closer to the time. We still got about a month and a half, something like that. But important, and you can do it right now. Right now, if you go to our page and donate at least $5, we will email you an ID Xbox code. Don't know what it's going to be. A random code. We have no idea. This is courtesy, just to give a shout out where shout outs do. This is courtesy to Carpool Gaming. They had a 250 code giveaway and I won it. And I was like, what am I going to do with all these games? I'm going to give them to you guys. That's what I'm going to do. So give us a donation, not us, but donate to Children's Miracle Network Hospital through our link. And we will get you guys. We will get you an ID Xbox code. So for a random game, no, don't know what it's gonna be, but there you go. So yep, and it's in our chat right now, and we'll have it. Sean's gonna work on a graphic for all this stuff because that's what he does because he's amazing. So yeah.
Yep. Sorry. There you go. I'm trying to tweet while recording a podcast while trying to listen. Yeah.
That's all you're doing. I can't even make the audio work by myself, Sean. That's all I'm doing, and I can't even make that happen.
So I've just tweeted the whole achievement hunter thing, so that's live now. People who are listening to this on Saturday, it's there. Go see the graphic. Go get yourself pre-installed for Deathloop. For the people in the live chat, head over to Twitter. Go have a look at the graphic. Get yourself affiliated with that, and get it played.
Yes. All right. And now for the final thing. Not the final thing. We're just at the start. This is going to be a crazy day. But we are going to go. What's happening? That's not right. That's not right at all. All right. We're going to go here to the spinner wheel. Okay. Here we go. All of you guys have entered into our contest by commenting on Twitter or commenting on our YouTube short. This is for 3 months of Game Pass right here. 3 months. You ready, Sean?
I'm ready.
All right. We got a spinning. Oh, I really need to make some kind of sound effect for that. There we go. Thanks for that. Tyler Kopp wins 3 months of Game Pass. Congratulations. We will reach out to you, sir, and get that to you. Get you a code for 3 months of Game Pass. Awesome, man. Awesome. So, we're back. That is, yeah. Congratulations, Tyler. So those are our events. We are really excited. We cannot thank you guys enough for your support, for commenting on our stuff, for being here, for showing up, for downloading. I don't know, all the stuff you do. It means the world to us. No matter what it is.
And we broke the UK this week.
We did.
Just as we lose our monarch, Game Pass News strolls in and starts ranking in the UK, which is nice. So.
Yeah, we're So come on, US, you're making me look bad. I mean, come on, you're making me. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, we're ranking in the UK, so that's fantastic. So we have presentations, Sean, like 5,000 of them, I think, happened in the last 3 days. I don't know.
So many games.
So many games. So let's start with the one that really we have no need to cover, but we love them. They're still kind of like, we still play a lot of Nintendo. So Sean, not going to do like a top down every game, blah, blah, blah. What is your highlight of the Nintendo Direct that happened this week?
Oh
my gosh.
GoldenEye is probably the peak of my interest, but then that's dropped quite quickly when I realized you don't have the multiplayer for the Xbox.
Yeah, that's pretty insane. That's a question too. We're here, you mentioned it, so it's silly not to just bring it up.
Yeah, Mr. Hambone Johnny asked that question of why do you think it is that GoldenEye will not have an online play on Xbox? And there's only two things I can assume is that because it's a rare game, and we know that Nintendo don't like to share everything. If they're going to share something, they're only going to share tidbits. That they're holding the rights to that for whatever reason. And then secondly, it's not being run on like a Blizzard or an Activision kind of server, a bit like Call of Duty or Fortnite, stuff like that, or what's the guys behind Epic Games, things like Fall Guys. It's not being run on a dedicated server. It's run potentially on Nintendo server, which probably won't be able to handle the amount of traffic.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's more about the fact that Nintendo has this tech already. Like, they have the tech to be able to do online multiplayer on old games. That's kind of their gig. They've been doing it now for a bit, and I think partially that is why. I just think it's already there. It may be a license thing. That certainly could be. I don't know, but just in general, they have that. They do that as it is.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't upset me because it comes under the NSO expansion. So because it's an N64 game that I'll be able to play via the NSO, I'll play it online with all you guys that way rather than playing it through the Xbox. But I'm definitely going to play the campaign on the Xbox. I'm going to play through that, and I'm going to because it'll run better. I know it's an old game, but the frame rate it'd just be smoother.
Yeah. I get you. So I'm interested. Like, I'll play a hot second of this. I'm in that category. If somebody's like, "Yeah, this is really cool," and then I'm gonna play I'm not gonna beat it. I'm gonna play an hour of it maybe, and then I'm like, "All right, yeah, I'm good."
I'm going to play it from end to end because I absolutely loved that game on the N64. It was that, Glover, Mario 64, Ocarina of Time, and Banjo and Kazooie were my only five N64 games. So
nice. Yeah, well, that's good because I'm glad somebody will be here talking about it, because I'll just be like, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Those games always, I almost wish I never played an N64 game again, because they have such fond memories in my head. And then I play them and I'm like, oh my God, this is so bad. Why am I even doing this to myself? Sean was around for my painful Mario 64 experience. That was, I like suffered my way to the end. Listen, there's a lot of fun. You what? Oh, Banjo and Kazooie was even worse.
Noah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that might have been worse. So that's your, yeah. Anyway, so for me,
what was I'm going to say? What was number one for you? Was it the peripheral of farming simulators?
Well, I mean, I could just lump them all in and say, wow, these are all amazing. But that Fae Farm by far looks to be the best farming game out there right now coming out. I mean, that looks top notch. A lot of these games I'm not going to go back to. They're remakes of old versions that you're seeing. Harvestella, I have not got to the demo yet, but I really want to. If the hook of the I can't remember what it's called, the rough season, if that is real good, then it might bring me in. But it looks like a rough. It looks like a rough farming game. It does not look finalized, but or polished is the right word. Sorry. But I will try the demo and see what I think. I was really excited for it, and I'm kind of on the fence. But maybe it'll be a Dreamlight Valley, and I'll just like Sean. Sean is just on a mountain with Dreamlight Valley right now, which we'll talk about later. Yeah. A mountain that he pushed the Dreamlight off of. No, anyway, sorry. We'll get there.
I got to the top of the mountain and decided to base jump without a parachute.
But how is Pikmin 4 not on the top of your list, Sean? You love that game.
I mean,
you love Pikmin.
Spoiled by Tinykin. I do like Pikmin. I like the idea of it. But then I played Tinykin where you had that like select for what kind of Tinykin you used. Am I going to go and play Pikmin and be like, this is too much like strategy to figure it out? Or I could completely enjoy it. I don't know.
I think you're going to enjoy it. This Dan Dory that he mentioned, which I know doesn't, he says, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it sounds to me like it could be the thing that we're talking about in Tinykin that takes the cumbersome out of Pikmin. Because he said, make it easier to go through your Pikmin. That's not what he said, because he's way more, eloquent than me. But that could be your thing, Sean. I think you're going to end up loving Pikmin 4. I think you're going to be like, oh my goodness, this was the changes that needed to be made.
Well, fingers crossed then.
Yeah. I hope it is. It's on my list of like, can't wait to see it. Ninja Lunchbox says Front Mission remakes, which is great because, to be honest, I was like, I don't even know what that is. So I'm glad there are people that are like, yes. Do you know what they are? Are you do you care? Do you? Yeah. Okay.
Nope. I watched the Nintendo Dads. I watched Marty's live reaction stream to it, and I can't like his energy through it, where he went from really hyped because it was starting, and then it was Farming Simulator. Oh, we've got like a Final Fantasy ripoff. That looks okay. Farming Simulator. And then as we were getting closer to the end, I'd got that like because I was picking the kids up, so I started watching this in the car, and then like picked the kids up. I had it on still in the car, playing through like just the audio playing through the speakers in the car as I was driving home. The kids were like, "Can we just put our music on?" I'm like, "No, I'm listening to this. This is important. There's going to be really cool things, and your dad's going to be really excited for games come towards Christmas." And then like I got home and I had my head in my hands at the kitchen table watching the last of it. And as we got that final kind of sizzle reel of everything, I was like, are we going to get to the end and we're going to like black screen, and then all of a sudden we're going to get like the Metroid noises, and Samus is going to be stood there and it'll pan round to the 3D first person kind of thing. And then no, it was like, here is another trailer and a title for the new Zelda game. And I was like, I got mad. I turned it off.
So I'm not going to lie. I am really excited that I watched it running, not listening to Salty Marty. Because I got off the treadmill. So I was on the treadmill. I watched the whole thing running, which, by the way, you can't do that with an ID Xbox. That just can't happen. But we'll get to that in a second.
Unless you want to run an ultramarathon.
Yeah. And I was like, I got off and I was like, boom. I was like, Nintendo people should be happy. They're getting like Tunic. They're getting the It Takes Two. They got a Pikmin 4. People have been asking for it for 100 years. They got the title they wanted. They got a date for Zelda. Oh my gosh, mind blowing. They're going to be so excited. And I like hop on and I'm like, why? And Marty's like, well, I guess it's not terrible. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, that's a lot of cold water on that fire.
I got part of my saltiness on Discord was I got a bit annoyed that, and I read the date wrong. I thought it was going to be the 5th of December 2023, so I was like, I've got to wait all the way to like almost my birthday for the Zelda game to come out, and it's not. It's the 12th of May, and I was like, once I read it in American, I was like, oh, it's not too bad.
yeah. Yeah, it's actually further along in the year than I thought it was going to be. To be honest, I thought it was going to be a little bit closer to like beginning of spring. But I'll take it because maybe we'll get Redfall and Starfield before that, and I'll have my fill of that. But hopefully not, because hopefully Starfield will be so good I'll be playing it. I'll be playing it Animal Crossing style. But I mean, yeah, you get Resident Evil Village on the cloud. You get Sifu also. I mean, there's so many good things in here. Fatal Frame. A lot of those Nintendo people have been asking for that. I mean, I don't understand why people aren't more excited about this. I don't know. I don't get it.
The issue I've got with the cloud-based gaming is, and I need to try the demo to see how it runs, but that game is really, really detailed, and there's a lot of fast action kind of stuff that if you have one little blip with the cloud service, it's going to ruin your game. If the frame rate blips on the Switch, it's going to ruin the game, and quite quickly ruin the game. And the same with Sifu. It's going to do exactly the same thing with that. That is very much.
That's not a cloud game though.
Well, no, it's not, but it's going to be scaled back, as most games are
fair.
that come from PC to Xbox to PlayStation to Switch.
That's fair.
So that's my only issue with big games like that coming to the Switch is the frame rate issues. And I think listening to the Dads After Dark and like John and Drew talking about it, Life is Strange. The video for that was bad. And I mean, it looked bad compared to how it's played on the Xbox and the PlayStation. So they need to be careful with bringing those big games to the Switch console until they have some decent hardware behind it, which I completely agree with John and Drew from their episode that's just dropped about they need new hardware for the Switch. And that needs, I think we need to see that prior to Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah. Tears or tears? Are we tearing the kingdom or are we tearing about the kingdom? I'm sorry. I love it. Anyways, maybe it's supposed to, it's supposed to work both ways. I don't know. So yeah, it just amazes me. We're over here cheering cloud games. We're like, whoa, yeah, I can't wait to get that puck. It'll be amazing. And Nintendo people are like, oh, it's on cloud. Well, I'm never going to play it. Not even going to look at it. I won't even think about it. No, not going to happen. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you people are like, get the stick out of the mud or somewhere else. Whatever, Nintendo people. Go and enjoy some cloud games. It's okay. Your life will keep going. It's all right to play on the cloud. I mean, come on. I don't get it. But I mean, I get it that you'd rather not pay for it. Like, we don't have to, we just did $10 and boom, you get to do whatever you want. But I mean, whatever, you get to play the game that that you can't play anywhere else if you don't got any of the other system. So you might as well just enjoy it. Keep hearing about this, anyways.
And that's the thing is that most people I say most people I know that own a Switch, it's their second console. It's not their primary. Like for me, the Switch is a second console, and we've got 3 of them in the house, but they are still second consoles, where the Xbox is my primary. It is where I do the majority of my gaming, and that is like because of Game Pass mainly, that some of the big games that I really enjoy are on there. Or if there is a big game coming, that's the console I'm going to get it on, apart from obviously AAA titles that only come from Nintendo.
Yeah.
So, like, I can't get excited for Tunic on the Switch because that game was beautiful. The game with the soundtrack is amazing. The gameplay is amazing. Absolutely played the living crap out of that game through Game Pass. So I won't pick it back up on the Switch. And same with, you said it, I can't remember the name. What's the other one?
I don't know what you're talking about. But okay. Anyways,
you mentioned it about 5 minutes ago. But anyway, the other game that I played that on Game Pass. I'm not going to pick it up.
Oh, like Takes Two or what? Tunic or
It Takes Two, which we still need to finish.
One day, Sean. One day that'll happen. Maybe this Extra Life. Maybe we'll finish it. We started it last Extra Life. We'll finish it this Extra Life. That's a great idea. I love it.
That's the first duo game we need to do is finish.
All right, we got 4 presentations, so let's move on. This is the one. Let's move on from Nintendo Direct. I loved it. Everybody else was like either between middle and so whatever. Y'all people, farming games. They're here for life, or at least for 2022. Ubisoft Forward. Man, I can go over this in a blip. There wasn't Assassin's Creed everything. That's what this is. 15 years of Assassin's Creed means you get 15,000 Assassin's Creed entries. Congratulations. Hope you like all of them.
They literally shit in a bag, set the bag on fire, knocked on your front door, and stood there and laughed. And this was like, ha, you've got everything.
I don't think it was
We got you.
I don't think it was that bad. But
No, I do.
I mean,
I know there's a lot of people out there that enjoy Assassin's Creed, but for me, it's the same turd wrapped up in a mummy's coffin, wrapped up in a Viking shit, wrapped up in a it's just the same. It's the same game.
they just keep taking
principle.
the same burning turd-filled bag and putting it in different locales.
Yeah.
There's so many people that stop listening to our show now.
I can say the same with Far Cry. That pretty much is going the same route. It's the same things over and over again, just with a different story. And it's like, oh.
Well,
Call of
FYI,
Duty's the
I
same,
have...
so I'm worried what and when the Activision Blizzard acquisition goes through, what Xbox are actually going to do to Call of Duty to make it more apparent and interesting, because that's the same. It's just the same piece of crap dressed up differently.
You don't know? They're going to put it on a Viking ship.
That wouldn't surprise me. You know, they have to bring
Vikings
Godzilla
don't
and King
stand a
Kong.
chance.
So.
I love it.
Sorry, I don't know. I've probably hit a point in my gaming life where I'm like, I need variation of stuff and interesting variations of stuff, not just climb up to the highest point, scan around, go do this mission, climb up to the highest point, scan around, go do that. And that to me is what Assassin's Creed is. It's parkour with a little bit of fighting and stuff.
Well, as a look ahead, I have Assassin's Creed Odyssey downloaded on my Switch. I do not have it downloaded on my Switch because it would implode it. But I do have it downloaded on my Xbox. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, I mean, it's their 15th anniversary. They announced so many Assassin's Creed. I was blown away. I was like, are you serious? Like, this is too much stuff. And some of this stuff they didn't need to announce yet. Like, I mean, I get that it's the anniversary and they want to do that, but they're just like
Project
Metroid
Red.
priming it. They're like, here's a splash screen, a splash screen, a splash screen. I'm like, you're not telling us anything. It's just a splash screen. Just do it later. So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think the one that most people got excited for was the whole Project Red, the Chinese, like the whole Shinobi Ninja style stuff. And that again was just me thinking, you're going to be climbing to the top of Chinese looking buildings dressed as a ninja.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I am not as salty on Assassin's Creed as you are, but I do think this presentation was too much. They wanted to show what they were, this roadmap, because that's popular. Everybody's got to be showing roadmaps these days. And so they wanted to show that roadmap. But I don't know. I got a little crazy. The only game really I thought, well, maybe that's a Sean game, that Trackmania thing, but you were like, nah, I'm out on that.
I think Trackmania is already on Game Pass. I'm now just quickly going through this, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Ubisoft, you got me. I didn't know that. If that's the case, you got me. So
no, it's not. It's not on Game Pass, but I'm pretty sure I have it purchased somewhere.
Yeah, well, you said you tried it and you didn't like it. So there you go.
Yeah.
Other than always interested in trying a new Assassin's Creed, I'll try Mirage. Sure, why not? I'll give it a shake. Why not? Other than that, the interesting thing about this presentation, I thought, was the lack of talk about Game Pass, especially knowing what we know now from TGS, that they were going to be bringing Assassin's Creed, another Assassin's Creed to Game Pass. But they are totally in on, it seems to me at least, their business model is, listen, we're going to give all these subscriptions our old stuff, and we are going to push like hell a Ubisoft Plus and try to make our subscription really work for us. Because that's the only thing they talked about. And
the thing is that if they tied that in with Game Pass, that would work really well. But they could also go and tie it in with the PlayStation Plus subscription service and tie it in with them. And that would work really, really well. So the kind of, it's, I don't know, this is probably Ubisoft's way of going, look, we're dressed up, we're in as like we're in the whole suspenders and garters kind of thing. Come at us, highest bidder, and we'll push our service in either direction.
See, I don't know. I don't think they want to. I think they want to make side money by giving these games away and hoping that they can draw subscribers from Game Pass to either Ubisoft or to also be part of Ubisoft, but not as like a Game Pass Ubisoft Plus like partnership, not merger, but partnership, but just like, hey, look, you got a taste of our games. Come play our newest stuff on our subscription. They want to be a player in this market, I think.
But EA Play started that way, and now we get it as part of your Game Pass Ultimate.
Yeah, and maybe they'll turn to that, but I think they want to give this a good go of, can we make it on our own and, get enough subscribers to Ubisoft Plus to make this a viable option for us. I think that's really something that they're shooting for. And I don't know. We'll see if it works for them. But their lack of mention of Game Pass or PlayStation Plus tells me they got no love lost for them. Not that they don't like them, but that's their push is Ubisoft Plus. Come and play in our sandbox. We don't want to be playing in others.
As an advocate for obviously the Game Pass News podcast, and the only thing I took from the Ubisoft Forward event was Mario Rabbids Kingdom, the whole Sparks deal, plus the Rayman suggestion at the end. I got quite excited for that because I was thinking, how are they going to work this in? Yeah,
you did. So. I could care less. I mean, not about Mario and Rabbids. I love that. I was like, man, and you were like, woo! I thought that was great. I love how you're like all saucy about something, and I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, yeah, and you're like, woo! It's just funny. And so, yeah, I mean, it's not that I care. Raymond, it doesn't change my love for Mario Rabbids that Raymond's there. It just doesn't make it any better, greater, more.
I just think it's interesting that they birthed Rabbids from Rayman, and now it's going full circle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I am totally in on. I'm with you. I'm totally in on Mario Rabbids. Normally not, and I think you're the same way, right? Not normally your genre, but somehow they got us with Mario and how they do it, I guess.
Yeah, it's basically all that, and the humor with it as well. There's like lots of funny bits, that the whole Easter egg stuff that's all in there. And I like the way this one looks like it plays. So I'm interested to try that. It is different from the first one. So we shall see. See.
Yeah. All right. Ninja Lunchbox says he wants a new Rayman game one day too. So there you go.
They were an interesting platformer, an interesting style of two like side-scrolling platformers. If you could. The 3D one was a little bit difficult for its time, because I think that was available via Game Pass, or it was something that I could claim for Games of Gold. It was difficult to play, but yeah, you bring me a whole new Rayman 3D like open worldy platformer, I'd be sold.
Nice. All right, now let's get into the real stuff, the good stuff, our stuff, the Xbox stuff. That's the stuff. ID Xbox. Was yesterday. Let's go over the games and then we'll talk about the format. Let's start with the games. Let's go over the Game Pass games, and then if there's anything that we didn't that you want to touch on that's not in Game Pass that you're like, oh, I'm really excited about that, then we'll hit that. They opened up with Homestead Arcana, baby. I don't know if I'm in because at this point I have the Frontier Lightyear game. That's a farming game. I have Fae Farm, and now I have Homestead Arcana. Listen, I can't play this many farming games. I love myself a farming game, but I cannot play this many farming games. So,
I mean, this one was different because it was very alien-like, and it seemed like you had to cultivate a little bit more to do things, and you could change how the crops react and stuff.
Yeah,
but yeah, there is only so much time you can sink into crafting and farming.
That's right. Fae Farm is definitely in. That's top of my list. When I look at them, the one on Nintendo Direct, that baby looks right up my alley. I'm not gonna lie, Homestead Arcana looks to be in second place at the moment. The Lightyear Frontier game or whatever that game is, I cannot remember what it's called. That game looks fun, but it looks at this point, now granted it's got another 6 months, I think, or something like that. At this point, it looks a little unpolished. It looks a little rigid. I don't know. It just doesn't look great. So if I have to drop one, I'm dropping that one. So that's probably the thing I'm most excited for on this whole list. Then they dropped The Walking Dead final season. You a Walking Dead fan?
I am a Walking Dead fan, but I haven't watched the video. This is the only one where I'm looking through our notes that I haven't made any notes on. And I've either overlooked it and gone through and completely forgot to go back to it. So in what style was this? Was this
no idea?
The Telltale?
Yeah, it's a Telltale one. Yeah, it's I'm pretty sure.
I'm out.
You don't like Telltale games?
I didn't like the Telltale Walking Dead games at all.
Oh, okay. How many seasons are there, by the way?
7.
Okay, because there's 3 right now on list of Walking Dead video game seasons. Come on, people. Can't you do the thing? Anyways,
it's 5, I believe.
5. So they're gonna annoyingly be missing 1 off of Game Pass. That sounds about right. That sounds about how they do this thing. Yep, there is 5, I believe. Yep. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 5.
Yeah,
that sounds about right. They're like, listen, you're gonna have to purchase 1. You give you 4 free, but you're gonna purchase 1 if you want to do the whole series. That's annoying. So that's out there. Rainbow Billy Curse of the Leviathan. I don't remember.
See, this looked this looked good. It was really colorful. It was really cute. It had a load of different puzzlers, and it had that. I think this is the one with the Paper Mario style art style.
Yes, this is exactly that. And they say it was yes.
So I'm quite looking forward to that one. That one's I'm going to give that one a little bit of a go because I like the art style. I like the puzzle aspect, and it's something I can play in front of the kids and they can get involved. So it's just got that small little bit of darkness with the whole Leviathan and stuff, but the rest of it's quite colorful and nice. So
yeah, and I did not understand why. So when they started talking to the developer about this, they were like, yeah, it was the guy says, so was it at all kind of were you thinking about that other game with the PM game with the M character? And that's how he referred to it the whole time. I was like, wait, what? Was Xbox like, listen, you can't say Mario. You can't say Mario on this presentation at all. Like I don't understand. Like what happened? Like that's literally, it was awkward and weird. And I don't know, just
there could be a level of licensing, being able to say that in your live stream. You don't want to try and get into bed with a licensing issue with Nintendo at this time of the year.
Yeah, maybe
especially
you're right.
When you're trying to buy Activision and Blizzard and stuff, you kind of want to keep your nose clean.
Yeah, maybe that's it. It just seemed weird to me because that's how he was. He was like, "Are we talking about that one game with the M character and he was like pointing like suspenders?" And I was like, "Just say the name. Like, who cares? Like, is it that big of a deal?" But yeah, so I thought that was weird. But you could be right. It could be a licensing thing. They don't want to get themselves in trouble. Next came the Big Con. By the way, Homestead Arcana is coming out 2023. Walking Dead, Rainbow Billy, Curse of the Leviathan, and the Big Con are coming out this year, undated this year. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Well, the Big Con was a game that was released back in 2021, I believe.
Yeah, I think something.
We had an announcement trailer for it back then.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just coming to Game Pass now. I think you could buy it, but now it's only just coming to Game Pass.
Yeah,
it's a really weird game. It's really like really music-driven RPG style game. It just seemed really weird from the video.
Oh no! It's this year. It's June 1st of this year. June 1st, 2022.
Oh,
so there you go. But yeah, it isn't. It's not day and date. This isn't a day and date game. You are right about that. But then, except for Homestead Arcana, I don't know. Walking Dead Final Season obviously isn't. I don't know if Rainbow Billy Curse of the Leviathan. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I think that one is day and date. Another day and date game. Next one on the list, Moon Scars, September 27th. This is not new. We knew this was coming to Game Pass. It's the Souls-like 2D'er. Probably not up my alley, but it's there.
No, that had like a original Prince of Persia feel to it.
Yeah.
But a bit medieval.
The next one, Valheim, September 29th, so just around the corner. I'll play this. I'll give this a go, is what I'll say about this.
This was on PC Game Pass, though, wasn't it?
So I had trouble with that. I searched it and I thought it was coming out to everything. But maybe you're right. Maybe it is just PC Game Pass. God darn it. I did search it because I was confused. I have a game.
The video had a lot of like option boxes that you had to open that looked like it was just going to be a nightmare with a controller. So I assumed that this was a point and click style game with a mouse.
This says, so Gamer Rant says it's will be arriving on PC and Xbox Game Pass in early 2023. When was this? This was June 14th though. So I'm looking. I had trouble from the ID Xbox site figuring out. There were a lot of logos flashing, and I could not figure out which one. Okay, here we go. Who is this from? Earlygame.com. That's a very reliable source. You cannot go wrong with this. No, it looks like it's only coming. This is the Valheim tweet. Did you watch the Xbox showcase? Then you know Valheim is set to come to Microsoft Store and Xbox Game Pass PC. So they wouldn't put that if that was not the only point. Yeah, okay, so it's only a PC Game Pass. Bummer. All right, so I won't try that. Be that way. It's your fault.
Sorry.
And then out today for PC Game Pass, another farming sim. This one is not up my alley. It looks way too crazy for me. The amazing cultivation sim.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
How original was the name? What is this? Well, we think it's quite amazing, and you've got to cultivate, and it's a simulator. Amazing cultivation. Yeah, no.
Yeah, they were like, listen, you cultivate stuff, so why don't we just call it the cultivation sim? And some guy's like, but it's amazing. And they're like, okay, fine, the amazing cultivation sim.
Yeah, there was a lot of cocaine sniffed in the marketing department that day.
Oh, yeah, that one. I mean, whatever. They could have just called it "Put Seed Down and Water It Sim." I don't know. That's fine. It would look way too involved even for me. I mean, you got all kinds of stuff you got to do in this. You're trying to like check the acidity of the soil, and I just way too much for me.
It went from just strategy to management, which is, like you say, in depth.
Yeah.
All based around Chinese mythology as well.
Yeah, there was that too.
There was a lot going on.
Mm-hmm, for sure. So that's ID Xbox. Listen, people, let's talk about this horrid freaking format. This format is the worst damn thing of any presentation that I watch in video games. I don't know if you agree, Sean, but it's freaking awful in my opinion.
I think I jumped in at a really good time because they were just showcasing the Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed, which so like literally Logan was instantly glued to the TV. It was like he didn't want to go to bed, so we sat and watched a little bit of that. And all he kept doing was like, "When's this coming out? Can we play it now? Can you get it now? Get it now." You want to get
nice.
out? I want you to get it now. And I'm like, I don't know. We need to listen to what the guys are saying because like, these are the people that have made the game and they're talking about it and like tried to get. And he was like, yeah, but I just want you to play the game. And I was like, I can't.
Like, listen, kid, I want to play the game too.
So we watched 20 minutes of that, and I was like, this is going to be really long.
So I mean, for anybody who doesn't watch these, which I don't know, you can go, but you can look at them. It's a live format. You got a host. They're bopping in and out of trailers. And then when they're not doing trailers, they're either talking to developers or they are showing gameplay of different games. But when they're talking to developers, it's literally like they pulled them off the street. Like they had no idea what was going to happen or what these questions were going to be. People, just just set it up. Like, give them the questions, let them know what's gonna. I don't know. It's like they ask questions like, "Oh, that's a tough question. I don't know. You have to really think about that one." And I'm like, oh, I'm just like wilting in my chair. I'm like, oh my gosh, can you do this? Like, it literally is like they had no idea the question was coming, and it's like, just give them the questions. This is a marketing ploy, is what this is. Why are you trying to? This isn't like on the spot informative journalism here. I mean, I don't know. Get rid of the live format altogether.
There was one other game mentioned, and that's coming October 11th this year, and that's Evil.
Thank you.
And that is a medieval style looking Among Us game, which I thought was interesting.
So I watched. They had Black Girl Gamers on doing a live stream, and they were playing this game right before ID Xbox started. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know why I missed that. Thank you. This game looks fun. And I say that kind of like, because they were totally confused. Like, and this is another thing. It's like they do not really plan for these things. It's like they gave them the game and they're like, here, play this. Like they gave it to, it really felt like they gave it to them like 5 minutes before they went on streaming, because they're like, I don't know, what does this do? I don't know what this does. Well, let's try that. Oh, what did that do? Who are you? And I'm like, oh my gosh, like what? Come on, like it was literally like a first look of this game when it's supposed to be a marketing event. I don't know. It's horrible.
Yeah, but from the video, then it did seem, because there was a whole like, if you died, there was a spirit, and you had to go and do this, and you could do other things from the spirit world to help your team that were in the real world, and like there was basically just Among Us, but with medieval characters doing medieval chores.
Except it's more in depth. It's more.
There's a bit more to it.
You're buying potions. There's a lot of stuff to it that's not in. Although I say that, but I was talking to my son today, who was playing it with his friends, and he was like, "Yeah, I was. I don't know what class I was. What class would you be, Dad?" I'm like, oh, I haven't played Among Us in enough time. There's classes now?
Yeah,
I was like, I'm sorry.
There's engineer classes that allow you to like sneak around in vents as well as the imposter. So yeah. I'm the same.
So maybe it's not more involved in Among Us anymore, but it was back when I played it. So I don't know. Maybe that's the case. But yeah, Noah was trying to explain it to me, and I was like, oh, we've reached that stage in our dad-son relationship where I'm like, I don't know. Yeah. I play these games, and you just teach me, son. I don't know. So yeah.
Ninja Lunchbox says he's still excited for Scorn as well, which is supposed to come October time, which I think was a mention in the showcase as an idea Xbox game coming from an ID developer, but didn't get mentioned in this showcase.
Gotcha. I am happy for you too. I am very happy. I will cheer you on from the sidelines.
Hoping and praying that I get a code for this. So. Yeah,
we do. We have asked for a code to scare the shit us on. You know, if you do it'd be great if I could just watch. But you'd have to do it at a time where it's like very light outside. Because if you tell me to hop on at like 11 at night, it ain't happening. Like I can just promise you that I'm not gonna be down here watching Scorn at 11 at night. Okay, that's not happening. But if you play it at like 11 in the morning, I might sit through it and people could watch my like reaction while you play it.
Yeah. So off the back of Idea Xbox, there were other games that were mentioned in there. One of them we both got really excited for and jumped straight into Discord to talk about, which was Turn It Boy Rob's Bank.
Oh, yeah! How exciting. It's so ridiculous, but it's so good.
Second installment of an absolutely bizarre game. Mm-hmm. So I can't wait to play that. So it's going to be interesting. You Suck at Parking was on there. That's out now. I'll talk about that a little bit more because I've actually played that prior to us coming on. Spider Heck, which I don't know if you watched, if you really got that.
I did.
But that looked like a really weird 2D lightsaber spider fighting game. Which
it looks, yeah. I mean, you know, from what I saw, it looks pretty difficult. It looks like it can be couch co-op, I believe, if I remember correctly, or online. Yeah. I mean, you know, I'd one of those games I'd give a shot. I'd give a shot to. Some of those can be really fun.
Yeah. So out of that list of games, was there anything that really jumped out that you were like, I can't wait for that to come?
Well, in the Game Pass games, it's Homestead Arcana. Because that's right up there as a farming sim I want to play. And that it's pushed its way almost to the top, right below Fae Farm. But Turnip Boy Robs the Bank is pretty freaking awesome. I can't wait to see what that's like.
Yeah, for me it was the Ghostbusters game.
Yeah,
Logan's at a point now where he'll sit with me when I'm playing a game, and he's already said that like if I get that, he wants to play with me. He wants to sit, and because he can tell me when the PKM meter's going off and stuff like. He wants to do all that. So
that's cool. I'm interested in that game. I'm not a huge Ghostbuster fan, but it's got a cool hook where you can play, as I recall, you can play together co-op.
Yep.
Or some of you can be the ghost and some of you can be the Ghostbusters, and you can play that way as well. So I think that's fun.
Left 4 Dead meets what's the one that we played? Extra Life.
Oh, Back 4 Blood.
Daylight. Back 4 Blood.
Yeah, that's cool. It was minus the format. I think there's some really good games in there. By the way, what we just talked about took 2 hours. 2 hours to debut. It should have been done in like 30 minutes. Like the amount of time you're on the air. Somebody needs to tell this to this ID expert. The amount of time you're on the air does not matter, as what matters is how well you get across your message and how well it's received. It's like, come on. That's like basic marketing.
Yeah. For the small indies like that, they want to be spending as little time as they can giving great content. So they want to be going in, they want to be really like prepped with the questions, have somebody that knows what they're on about and how to play the game. Because that's what happened with the Ghostbusters one. The 2 guys were like, he knew so much about the game and he knew how to play it, and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna let you." He played as the ghost. Like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna let you tether me now, so you can get a feel for this." And he's like, the guy knew what he was doing and he was really prepped. And then other games were like you said, it just picked up Joe Blogs off the street and was like, "Here, look, come and talk about this. Here's a picture of the game. Go talk about it."
Yeah, it was painful at times. It really was. But anyway, so that is ID Xbox. That was yesterday. You got anything else on that before I move on? Sorry.
No, I'm all good.
That was yesterday. Kicked off around 12:30, I believe, 1 o'clock. To this morning, I was up at 5 in the morning, people. 5 in the morning for the Tokyo Game Show Xbox presentation. You know, this thing, you want to talk about a well put together presentation? This was well put together. It was. I mean, we'll talk about the games in a second, but just the way this thing was shot and the way it flowed, I was like, "Dang, I like it. I think this is good."
Yeah, we had Uncle Phil out, kind of giving his spiel, an introduction to it, and saying how great it was that they've got into the Eastern market. And that they're really excited to keep working forward with this because they really believe that is a really big connection that they need. And then rolled straight into VTs of pretty fun looking games. Not my cups of tea, but they looked action packed. They looked well finished. So
yeah. I'd agree. But I think we knew that not everything here was gonna be our cup of tea. But that's fine. So we'll go through the Game Pass games first. The first one I have on the table is Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle, coming out 2023.
So like a 2D crossover fighting game. Yeah, developed and published by Arc System Works. It was first released back on PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, and Windows in 2018. So it's not like it's a brand new game, but
yeah, okay. I see. I didn't realize these were not brand new games. To be honest, I thought they.
No, these are games that are coming to Game Pass as part of the reaching the Eastern market and the whole Japanese market.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. And then past that is Guilty Gear Strive. Also coming out in 2023. Makes you wonder why it takes so long for them to come out if they're... Anyways, whatever. Guilty Gear Strive coming out in 2023. This game is also been out for about a year now.
Yeah, and it's published by the same company as well. This is another Arc System Works.
Okay. Now they do say that I did read a lot of people saying that this game is a pretty good fighter game and that it doesn't get near the recognition it should. That's the word on the street. So
yeah. But for me, fighting games were great when it was like Street Fighter 2 Turbo and things like that on the SNES. Fighting games like that as they've aged, like Mortal Kombat, Killer Instinct and stuff, as they've tried, they can only get so far with the development of the game, and it then becomes very difficult to do. You have to break it into an open world 3D style thing where there's plenty of area to move around, which then adds a difficulty to the game that people don't like. If I'm playing a side-scrolling beat 'em up, I'm doing it in an arcade, and I'm basically looking for Street Fighter or the original Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I get you. So Guilty Gear is coming out in 2023, and then we start moving into stuff coming out this year. Dyson Sphere program, PC Game Pass only, coming out October 13th. That's it's like a world builder sim is what it looks like to me. Kind of tower builder and world builder sim, something like that. And then next week, we have the one that is our Achievement Hunter game, Deathloop, coming out next Tuesday, September 20th. I'm excited to give this a go. I don't know if it's going to be my cup of tea. We'll have to wait and see, but you gotta give these games that get this kind of appeal a try, I think.
Yeah, it's hit a lot of really good press when it was with the PlayStation and got quite a few different awards.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I've not really looked at it because it was on PlayStation only. I've not looked at any of the gameplay footage. I've not really looked at like why it's that good, but it comes out next Tuesday. I'm going to play it. I'm going to see what it's like. I like first-person shooters, so having them with a bit of a twist is quite nice. I think there's a bit of environmental style gameplay to this where you can use the environment to kind of aid you and things. So
yeah, I mean, from what I understand, which is limited, there's a group of assassins. You got to take them out first. And depending on which order you take them out, it will change where they're located, where the others are located. So they're, and you have to do it within a 24-hour period, I believe, or something like that. And so if you don't, you have to restart and try again, which is the roguelike thing. And that's the part that has me a little nervous that I'll be like, I don't know. I'm not feeling that.
Yeah, it's not very often that you get a roguelike this first-person shooter, though. So
that's true. That's very true. Yeah. So definitely going to give it a shot. So that's coming out 9/20. We had a feeling that was coming in this week. It's been the year exclusivity from PlayStation is gone. I could be like Jim Ryan and be like, you shouldn't give games from us. Why did you give games from us? But I'm not going to do that because I'm better than that. But maybe I'm not. So coming out today, 4 games coming out today. They announced Ni no Kuni 2: Wrath of the Witch Remastered, RPG style game. I have this downloaded on my I do not on my Xbox. And I just keep saying Switch. I have it downloaded on my Xbox and want to give it a go, but I haven't had a chance yet.
I got some real like big like Zelda, like old Zelda vibes from this.
Oh, really? Okay.
And I don't know why. I don't know because I was really confused with what was a video reel, what was gameplay, and what was
that's fair,
a cutscene. So it was like, but the music and like the art style seemed very like not retro Zelda, like back to Link to the Past, but like the in between, like Majora's Mask and Twilight Princess, that kind of looking stuff. So I'm excited to see what this actually looks like and plays.
Yeah, for sure. Then Assassin's Creed Odyssey, also downloaded on my Xbox. Haven't had time to play yet. Just it's out today. So I'm gonna give it a go, see what it's all about. Obviously, I know pretty much what it's all about, but I just want to get a feel for it. Danganronpa V3. Don't know diddly squat about this. Nothing. Not at all. Not even a little.
It's a visual novel developed and published by Spike Chunsoft. The game was originally released in Japan in January 2017 for the PlayStation 4, PlayStation Vita, and then made its way into North America and Europe by September 2017. Gameplay-wise, it's gameplay. There it is. I can't remember from the video. I'm just very quickly reading. It looks like you're reading a lot of dialogue, scanning over evidence to use in a trial. You got to roam around the world and interacting with objects to gain experience points, which help you kind of have a better lead in a debate and stuff like that. And it looks like it's very high in dialogue and driven that way.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. Wow, Spike Chunsoft has done a lot of stuff. I don't know. So maybe I've just heard him from somewhere else. But all right. And then Fuga Melodies of Steel. I'm sorry, I had nothing on that either.
Where is it? It's on this list somewhere. I've just looked at it. It's there. Look lower down. This is a tactical role-playing video game. This was developed and published by CyberConnect 2. It's the fourth title in the series. The game takes place in a war-torn world populated by anthropomorphic dogs and cats, where a group of children struggle for survival aboard a giant tank against soldiers from an enemy nation.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all right. Well, that's sure. Okay. That's all I got on that.
I mean, these for me are very anime-based games. They've all come from Japan. They're all from the 2014 to 2018 era, where Naruto was really strong. The Dragon Ball Z hype was still at its absolute. People were still absolutely loving it and things like that. So a lot of these games are very much, people with powers, people with great strength and things like that. And you were fighting for survival, there's lots of aspects with crafting games were coming into this. So there's a lot of it where it's collection and crafting. It was that era of games for me in Japan. So.
Gotcha. And I will say that's the thing we have to mention, right? So, hey, 4 games in this presentation out today in Game Pass. That's fantastic. Also, none of the games on this list are day and date. None of them. They've all been out for quite a while. So I think that's the thing, right? Like it's like, okay. So it's cool, but
from a business point of view, is this Game Pass's way of we can get Japanese games onto our service for relatively low cost to see how well they do before we then try and drag day and date games?
Yeah, maybe. I could see that. Now, a couple of games, I could see that. A couple of games I want to mention that I thought were pretty good. Or I don't know. This game I don't know if it's pretty good, but it's a Wulong Fallen Dynasty. So that's a big one that currently is not slated for Game Pass, but was showing off there, and we knew some about that from the Xbox showcase.
That's the most modern looking one, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That was the
Yeah, so they do have that one coming. And then this one was very interesting to me because it felt like Pokemon, but not. It felt like a more
PAL World.
Yeah, it felt like a deadly version of Pokemon. A game about living a slow life with mysterious creatures, PAL, or throwing yourself into life and death battles with poachers. You can make PALs fight, breed, help with farming, or work in factories. You can also sell them off or even slaughter them to eat them. That, however, is forbidden by law. I thought that was this game. I was like, ooh, that's like they were a little like, how can we do an Xbox version of Pokemon and throw it to the
Pokemon
Japanese?
After Dark.
Yeah, exactly. That's totally right. So those are the two that are not coming to Game Pass that I saw that I was interested in, or somewhat curious about.
Yeah, and the art style for that was very Pokemon. I can never say it right, but the most recent one that was just open world.
Well, I think it's Arceus, but I like to say Arceus. But that's just
Arce.
Yeah,
it was very much that style of artwork with the game. Looked like it was very third person open world.
Mm-hmm.
So
colorful. I mean, a lot of these things even kind of look like Pokemon when they were running around, these little animals. Yeah, it was just like
there was one that was very close to Pikachu, just very different colors.
yeah, it's totally true. Yeah. So those were the interesting. Anything else on the Tokyo Game Show?
Nope, that's it. I mean, Deathloop's the one that I'm really looking forward to out of all of those. So it was just nice to see that they're going in that direction and trying to open into that market. So.
Yep. I think their format of that presentation was good. I think the games were a little soft due to the fact that there's no day and dates that are coming to Game Pass at the moment. But like you're saying, maybe they put these out and then next year they come back with some day and date, some new stuff, something like that. So we'll see.
I mean, even if it does well from that kind of market, and Sega kind of go, this is a really good way of us entering back into the big leagues. Let's how do we team up with Xbox and Game Pass to get like some decent Sega games out?
Well, and we know Sega's doing that, right? Isn't it Sega the one that is doing that with cloud service or whatever?
Yeah, they're working on a couple of things. I can't remember the name of the project, but
I cannot either. Yeah, no. So yeah, I like the way it's moving. They at least are not completely wiped out of the Eastern market like they were with the last generation. So hopefully they can get a foothold. Fall Guys Seasons 2 is back, baby, today. It starts today. If you're listening to this on podcast, it's been going for a while. But if you're watching live, it's today. So that's exciting. I said in this doc that I'm back, and I think I just said it now actually too. But I don't know. I'm really kind of the hour-ish that I was putting into Fall Guys every day. I'm in Light Valley now, so I don't know that I have time. Just saying.
I don't know if you can do it on the Switch and you can play it with Noah. Noah gets interested.
Oh, Noah is so deep in ink right now, Sean. I couldn't pull him out if I tried. He is so deep in Splatoon ink. I mean, there's just no. If he has a second on the Switch, he's on Splatoon.
Fair enough.
Yep. Which I love it. I think it's great.
I think Emily's going that way, but she's on Splatoon 2. She downloaded my copy, the digital copy that I'd bought, and she's playing it on her Switch Lite, and she's really enjoying it. So I have a feeling that Splatoon 3 might be a Christmas purchase for her.
Nice. Yeah. If I told him right now, hey, there's a new season of Fall Guys, he'd be like, great, Dad, have fun. That's exactly what he would tell me. He's like, yeah, I would have to give him like over and above. I would basically have to give him no choice. Like, you're done with playing video games for today unless you play Fall Guys with me. Then he'd be like, okay, fine.
Fair
enough. Discord voice chat is now available. You can send your Xbox. No, you can send your Discord audio to Xbox. I just got that backwards.
Yeah, if you've got to do that as well via your desktop version of Discord as well. So you open it up, update your desktop version. It brings up a prompt asking you if you want to transfer your voice chat to it if you've already authorized the link between Discord and Xbox. And it gets you just to sign in again, reauthorize because there's new entries. And I like to read the stuff with Discord because I think it's hilarious. So there was lots of green ticks, and you got to the bottom, and there was a cross, and it said, go on a mystery like date or something like that with the Scooby Gang. I was like, that's quite funny. I wanted to tick that and see what happened, but it wouldn't let you tick it. So,
so you can only do it on desktop. You can't do it with mobile Discord.
No, once you've authorized it through the desktop version, you can then send it to Xbox via the mobile. But I think for me, I tried to do it through my phone, and it could just be the internet connection at the time, but it didn't seem to work. So I launched it on the desktop.
Gotcha. Okay. That makes sense. I was gonna say that's a real bummer. Yeah. So that's our top stories for today. Game Pass headlines. Man, there's a ton out. We're not going to cover what we already covered. There were 4 games from TGS out today. We've already talked about those. Out this week, Ashes of Singularity is a PC game. Man, I don't remember much about it. I'm sorry. And then DC League of Super Pets is out on cloud, console, and PC. Fun kid game, though it is getting smashed in reviews. I will say it's pretty janky from what I've heard.
A bit like the movie.
Yeah. I was thinking about trying this with the kiddos, but again, I was going to get nowhere fast. As I said, Ariel might have played it with me. You Suck at Parking. We talked about this, cloud, console, and PC. Sean loves it. Despot's game is cloud and PC. I think it's a turn-based game, if I recall correctly. And then
it's the turn-based kind of hackery, robot-y programming kind of game, I think.
Okay, there you go. And then Metal Hellslinger out today. Metal Hellsinger. I always want to say Slinger. Metal Hellsinger, console and PC out today. We'll wait until we get to the Xbox Spotlight, and then Sean can talk about how much he loves it or hates it, whichever it might be.
Yeah, it's definitely the latter of those two.
Fair enough, Sean. I think that's everything. We've talked about all the new stuff.
The new games with gold hasn't started yet. We've got, that's they go live today, which is the 16th, or Friday the 16th, or if you listen to this on Saturday, they will be live now, some of them. So Portal 2, I believe, will be available. And what's the other one that's left my mind?
Sorry, I could be helping you, but instead I'm not. But instead I'm no help at all. Double Kick Heroes?
Double Kick Heroes, that's the one.
Yep.
They
start tomorrow. Double Kick Heroes is the song one, the rhythm based one.
Yeah. Well, you say tomorrow for you because you're 5 hours behind. It's only 7:30 for you. It's now like 25 to 1 in the morning for me. So I'm already in the 16th.
God bless you.
Welcome to the future.
That's right. Double Kick Heroes is the rhythm based one. Kind of like Metal Hellslinger. Just different. Okay, in some ways it is. Sean's giving me the eye here, like you don't know what you're talking about. But I mean, you shoot the gun to the rhythm of the music. But anyways, whatever. We'll end there. What was I gonna say? Oh, next week we have. That's where I was. Slime Rancher 2. We have only 3 at the moment, but 3 really good games, which is better than 7 not so great games. Deathloop,
yep.
Slime Rancher 2, and Beacon Pines, which I'm actually really interested about it. It says it's a cute and creepy adventure game. Sneak out late, make new friends, uncover hidden truths, and collect words that will change the course of fate. So I don't know. It looks cute, but it's supposed to be kind of creepy, which is always kind of like fun. Got that Cult of the Lamb kind of thing where it's like, oh, look at that cute little sheep. Just slaughter that other cute little sheep. So
don't look this way.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm actually somewhat interested. The art style looks real fantastic. So 3 games coming out next week.
Yep.
I think that's it.
There's no news bulletins. It's been heavy news week. We kind of shoved everything at the top stories of all the directs. Well, not directs, but streams and showcases that were happening. There's still no new acquisition watch. I don't think the UK have quite turned around yet and said, "Hey, yeah, we're okay with it. Crack on." So
get on it, Sean.
I'm trying. They're a little bit preoccupied with the current affairs in the UK.
That's fair.
So.
Yeah. You gotta go. You gotta go send a letter to the new. What's the new lady? Your new prime minister lady?
Truss.
Yeah. Get it going. Be like, listen, this should be your first thing that you do right here.
Yeah. On
Sean
Tuesday.
said so. That's right.
Next week.
All right. Xbox Spotlight. I beat it, baby. I beat it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I was under the gun. I'm not gonna lie. Plague Tale is off. Today is your last day for a slew of games. One of them is Plague Tale. I procrastinated way too long. Can I tell you something fun? So I had to just play this game whenever I could, right? Like anytime the kids were not around. It's not really a kid-friendly game. I had to play it. So that meant sometimes, like when I would normally be like, the wifey probably wouldn't want to watch me play video games, so what do you want to do? And I just won't play games. I was like, listen, I gotta bust through a chapter and then we can watch whatever you want. I'm not gonna say Becca was like super into it, my wife, by the way. But she was like, she watched me beat it. Like she had a 2-hour delay and I was playing it yesterday morning, and she was enough into it that she was like watching it. She could have been doing whatever, and she was like watching me finish off the game. So it was kind of interesting. The story is so good. The gameplay's fantastic. And here's the hook that makes everything great. So like in Metroid, and I loved Metroid Dread. I thought it was great. But you just like, you do a bunch of hard stuff and then you get this capsule and then you're like, now Samus can do this, and it's like, okay, great. That's a video gamey thing. But in this game, it felt so organic how she grew. Even so organic that like at one point halfway through the game, she's like grappling with the fact that she is killing people now. Like you start off this like, I'm hiding and it's all I got. I can hide and sneak and that's it. And then it's like, okay, you kind of gain a little bit more abilities, but you don't do it in like I found a capsule and now I'm extra strong. No, it's like, hey, I found some leather and now I'm going to make my sling stronger so that I can throw harder and now I can actually hurt people. And oh, well, you know what? If I do this with my pouch, then I'll be able to be faster. And oh, somebody gave me a potion that allows me to make fire or put fire out. And so it's all done in a very organic, understandable, like real life way. And so you watch this character grow throughout this, 17 chapter game. And you really feel like, yeah, I could see this happening. Like she's living through this plague. She's trying to keep her brother alive. She's grappling with the fact that she doesn't want to hurt people, but she's got to do whatever she can to keep her family alive. And you watch this happen, and it's a fantastic story. It's told in such a way that, well, it's a video game, but you could feel it in real life. And that's what makes it fantastic. Like the gameplay's great and the story's great, but the way they marry the two together is what takes it to the next level. And I can't wait for the second one. I'm totally in. So
yeah, you got that. You see the way you just described it, and I wish I'd have played it.
Yeah, it is.
So.
It is really good. And I mean, I say that as a guy that is totally addicted to Dreamlight Valley right now. I mean, like, totally. So, normally, like, it would be like me putting down Animal Crossing in April 2020 so that I could play this game. Like, that kind of addicted to Dreamlight. Like, I'm like, let's go. I want to just play and goof off and have fun. Goof off with Goofy. Yeah, I was like, nope, this is gonna get finished. And so, yeah. I'm done, I promise.
Fair enough. Do you want to do the positive side of Dreamlight Valley before I kind of explain why I base jumped from the top of the mountain and hit the ground?
Yeah, I mean, so no, you go. I mean, they know I'm happy and excited about it and loving it. So I want to know more about your sauciness on it so that we can have a conversation. So you start us off.
Yeah. So I was like, I was hooked. I was like, this is brought me all the way back to Animal Crossing, apart from, I've got all the, Disney characters, which I love and enjoy. I was like, I'm trying to push really hard. I want to get Wall-E because Wall-E is one of my favorite Disney films. quickly followed by Wreck-It Ralph, but I know Wreck-It Ralph's a while away. But the T-shirt I'm wearing as I'm walking around, I've got the Wreck-It Ralph emblem on there and stuff, which is good. My first issue, and I think you put a tweet about this, is the quick resume is very broken.
Yeah.
And I know this game is in a development preview. If you, for an Xbox user, quick resume's awesome. You turn your Xbox off, you do something else, you want to play a game, you think, oh yeah, this is still like at the top of my dashboard. You open it up, boom, you are literally where you were when you last played the game. That's great. That happens in Disney Dreamlight Valley, but you cannot connect to the server. No matter what you do, you can't connect to the server. So if you can't open certain chests, you can't retrieve your mail, you can't do anything regards the Pixar balls or anything like that, and the Moonstones. You just can't do anything. So you have to quit, save the game, quit to the title screen, and come back.
Yep, that's 100% true.
That's issue number one. So I've got to a point where I have Rapunzel's mother, the evil, wicked grandmother from Tangled. I found her in a tree. Inadvertently didn't know that this was then going to trigger a quest called The Cursed. As well as I'm trying to do something for Goofy and Donald where I've got to rebuild Donald's ship. I've got a blueprint from Scrooge McDuck. I've got I need to make rope, I need to make fiber, I need to do a ton of stuff, clay and things like that. So I was like, I need to go make rope. I need to make rope for the Cursed quest, and I need to make rope for this. So I might as well go and harvest a load of seaweed, which is the best place to get fiber to then make rope. The issue I've got is my inventory is full, and it's full of stuff that I don't want to just drop on the floor, and it's stuff that I'm going to find useful.
Wait, what's full?
And my inventory, is full, and I haven't got enough coins to expand it again to get the next row. I think I'm maybe 1 or 2 rows away from fully opening up the inventory. Spent a lot of money on that. But the Curse quest, what happens is it locks all the NPC characters, like Scrooge. Sorry. Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah, Scrooge and Goofy and Mickey and Remy Goofy. And all them.
So the only vendors that you can sell something to is Goofy. He's now locked in his house. I've got a lot of high value stuff that I want to sell because I don't want to just drop it on the floor in case, because God knows if the game crashes, is that stuff going to be there? Is it not? I can't get in my house because the Curse quest means that you can't enter any buildings other than So I can't go into my house to drop everything off in the storage chest. I can't craft a chest because I don't have the material that I need to craft the chest. And again, don't want to drop anything just in case the game crashes. So I'm at a point now where it's like, I can't do anything. And I fished for 45 minutes, caught a load of fish. Some of them I want to keep because they're part of the recipes that I need to get the Pixar balls and do different other quests and stuff like that. Not other quests, but other challenges in the game. So it's like, I'm at a point now where I either need to go and empty my inventory and just chuck it all on the floor and carry on getting the seaweed to do the Cursed quest, to unlock Goofy, to pick everything up, to sell to Goofy or to store in my storage. And it's like, and I didn't realize this was happening. I spent 45 minutes fishing thinking, this is ace, I'm going to get seaweed anytime now, because you can either pick seaweed up on the shoreline or you can fish for it. If it's a white circle rather than blue or gold, there's a certain percentage chance, a bit like Animal Crossing, there's a 30% chance that you're just going to pull seaweed out. I spent 45 minutes doing that, and now I can't do anything else. And it's like, I got really annoyed. I was like, I've just wasted 45 minutes of my time with this game. These 2 quests have overlapped, unfortunately, in such a manner that I can't carry on with the game very easily. And it's like, it's turned me off to the game.
I haven't tried this. So can you craft a chest and put it outside?
You can, yes.
So, and it's like 30 wood and 30 stone.
Yep.
So why don't you do that?
because the game has had, I have been frozen out of the game 3 times.
Really?
Yeah. To the point, I don't know if it's because there was lots of stuff happening, but the game literally, I couldn't do anything and I had to restart the game. And when I've restarted the game, the 3 times that it's been happening, the first time I was mining for emeralds because I needed an emerald, not a shiny emerald, to do a quest.
Sure.
And it literally just found what I thought was going to be an emerald. The game froze. Relaunched the game. The emerald wasn't on the floor.
Yeah, that does suck.
So
yeah,
I don't want to drop any. I don't want to drop because some of these fish are like goldfish that are really really high value. You can add. So don't want to drop them on the floor and lose them. Which, when you're then walking around trying to collect 30 wood and 30 stone, there's every chance that for me, and it's only when I've been foraging and mining that the game's crashed out. So
that is really interesting. So, and you're playing on Xbox, right?
Yeah, I'm on the Series X.
Okay, yeah. I have not had any soft freezes, so that's crazy. I must have just gotten lucky, I guess, so far. So now I understand more why you're concerned, because I really wasn't understanding why you were concerned about this about freezing stuff out. So here would be, I mean, and I know you're probably done, but for listeners who are like, well, crap, I see the point. What I would do would be to drop your least valuable thing on the floor and save immediately. You can go in and save like then, and then you should be, in theory, good. Like that's where you will come back at if the game freezes. Now, I appreciate that this is a sucky, sucky that you got to do.
It's just one of them scenarios. I'm going to have to bite the bullet and do something because I want to go back to the game. Because I'm really enjoying it. I'm really close to being able to do the quest with Merlin where you can get rid of the mushrooms, which means I can expand and walk around a few different places. I'm close to getting the upgraded pickaxe with Maui.
See, you're way further than me. I'm just goofing off too much.
That I can mine the large stones on the beach, and I'm trying to get to the point where I can go up into the snowy heights where Elsa is. So I'm doing all the Christoph events to try and do that.
Oh my gosh, you are so much further than me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am just goofing off. Can I tell you a dumb thing that I did? So Merlin's like, hey, you got to go talk to you need to go in the cave. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll go find the cave. So I go down the thing and I'm looking for the cave and I'm like, I don't see the cave. There's no cave. And he's like, go to the cave. And I'm like, I don't see a cave. And so I'm like, all right, fine. I'll open up this other area here. So I open up the peaceful meadow. I walk all around, spend like most of my dream daylight coins to open this up, or cash or whatever it is, and I'm like walking all around. I'm like, I still don't see a cave. It's on the other side. You have to go up because the rocks block it on initially when you first. So like if you take the path by Goofy's house, I don't know if everybody's house is in the same spot, to be honest, but where Goofy's house is, if you walk straight down, you go by where the ship is, the area, the beach where the ship is.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you make a left,
the big Maui stones are.
Yeah, and so you can't go that way because the stones are there. I never thought about going back up into the meadow and taking the other entrance. So like I spent a good, and I only play for like an hour and a half a day. So I spent like a good day being like, I don't know where this is. So I just wandered around and did other stuff. I'm like, well, I got a million other things to do. I'll figure it out sooner or later. And sure enough, I was like picking flowers and I'm like, oh, look at that's open now. Well, that's where it is. There you go. So anyways, it was just funny. But yeah, that does suck, man. And they have already talked about somewhere in this game, and I haven't hit it yet. Maybe you have. There's a balancing issue with not having enough dream shards, so they've given us 25 extra dream shards to try to make up for that balancing issue.
That's the other aspect of not being able to finish this quest. The quest that day is that I needed dream shards, and the only place you can get dream shards from is by removing the night fawns. So,
Yeah. And so if I have my dream shards in the chest in my house and I'm in the cursed quest, then I can't get my dream shards. Is it? Yeah, that's
correct.
Yeah, that's a problem. I mean, but you had to know this was going to happen, right? I mean,
the game's still in a development phase. So we're beta testing it, which is fine. I get that. I understand. I was really enjoying it. I was really into it. I've been playing it for like nearly 2.5 hours straight I just finished nights and only had like an hour's sleep. So I was really tired anyway. And it just happened now. And I was like, no, I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah,
I hovered over the uninstall button for a while and I was like, no, I'll just take a break.
You were saucy Sean from that. Let me tell you, that was pretty great. Now, let me back up and say this. It feels like I'm beta testing it because I have not paid any money. Okay. So, but if I'm on a Switch and I've paid $30, $50, $70, that's not cool. Like, I'm not going to be, I'm going to have a different temperament at that point. Like, it's fine.
And the Switch is where most of the soft lock issues are happening.
Yeah, I know, because and that would make me an unhappy player if I'm paying money, because then I don't feel, and I mean, I know I'm paying Game Pass, blah blah blah, and but it just doesn't register the same for me, especially with something like this. That's fine. You wanna throw it on Game Pass, you wanna let me get that for free with Game Pass, then that's fine. I feel like I'm good with beta testing it for you and having fun and getting early access. But if I'm on the Switch and I've paid Founders cash for this and my game is soft locking or I'm dealing with a ton of balancing issues, then that's a different story. And I understand why you're upset, because I would be too. So that's just a fact.
Definitely. But that aside, like I said, I was really into it. I was, I wish I hadn't have done the Remy one first. I wish I'd have chosen a different, because I have no interest in doing any of the Remy stuff. For whatever reason, I can't figure out. Merlin sat in the restaurant and he wants me to make him some grilled vegetables. I've tried every recipe I can to make grilled vegetables, starting with just 1 carrot to 2 carrots to 3 carrots and it just, I either have a veggie platter or it makes soup or it makes crudités.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make the recipe he wants, and I can't figure out how to. So I kind of walked away from that and thought, nah, I'll come back to that later when I've run out of other quests to do, which I've got a shit ton because I've opened up several areas at once.
Sure,
I'll come back to you.
Yeah, see, and I'm in just the opposite area. I'm in just the opposite, where I have a lot of my beginner characters are at level 7 or 8. Because I've just been like, well, I'll just do yours. I don't know. I opened up Remy not too long ago because I've just kind of been dinking around, and then I'll be like, you know what? I'll do some of these Pixar quests. There's just so much to do.
Have you had the ghost of Minnie walking around?
I just did that today. I just did that quest today. Or I don't know, I went to the well with Mickey so they could have their convo, and did that. So yeah, I mean, I really am taking this one kind of slow and just playing an hour or so a day and having a lot of fun with it. But yeah.
So the areas I've got open is the Glade of Trust, the Hollow, the Peaceful Meadow, and the beach.
Oh my gosh, you are I only have the Peaceful Meadow open because I screwed it. Like I said, I didn't know where the cave was, and I was like, I guess I'll open this up.
Oh no! So for you to have the cave, you've got Dazzle Beach, which is.
Oh yeah. So that's what I mean. I've got the beach, the meadow, but I wouldn't have the Peaceful Meadow open if it wasn't for the fact that I couldn't find the cave. So because I'm a moron. But yeah, that's. Yeah, I really liked it. And hey, John Zablanc. This is a real game, damn you. Okay, this is a real damn game. All right. So I don't want to hear any of this about you're gonna go play real games. I am playing a real game, John. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm done. I mean, I wasn't upset.
Hey, have you just on that? Have you listened to how excited those guys got about the ton of Disney games that were getting dropped in the latest episode?
I did listen to the episode. It didn't sound like they were super excited. What Drew was, and John's like, no. He's becoming the Marty of Dads After Dark. I mean, I hate to say it, but no, that's not a real game. I mean, if you like it, whatever. I love you, John.
Moving on swiftly.
Moving on swiftly. What about Luigi's Mansion? Did you finish that yet?
Yeah, I finished that. Less than 12 hours. Rank B. I got it finished. I think I captured 1 boo, which, I should maybe go back and try and capture more boos, but no, I'm done with that game. It sat in my back catalogue for a while. I'd got all the way to the last boss and thought, so I restarted my save. And went again from start to finish. So
great. Not sure what happened here. There we go. I think we fixed it. All right. No, we still didn't fix it. I tell you, Sean, sometimes. There we go. Now it's fixed.
What have you done now?
I break stuff. I break stuff on the regular. It's what I do. Well, yeah, that's cool that you got that finished. Did you find the last boss timed as annoying as I did?
Yes, I did it with 3 seconds to spare.
Yeah. I remember
because there's a certain pattern. There's a certain pattern to how he acts, and you can't. The only way you can break that pattern and speed it up is by letting him hit you. And when he takes 20 HP off at a time, you ain't wanting to do that often.
Yeah,
I got wise and started using the Goo Luigi because it triggered the same event.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that I played it with a friend, so that made life real easy. That made life much more easy for me. So somebody else was Gooigi, and I didn't have to try to do the flip flop. That'd be crazy for those of you who played it by yourself. So, I can't even imagine. But yeah, Luigi's Mansion is just, that's a great game. That game is a gem. It's fantastic. Was it made by Next Level or something like that? I think it was made by Next Level Games. I think that's what it was, but they did an amazing job. So I'm going to look it up now just to see if I screwed that up.
And then the other game that I've played is You Suck at Parking. Well, no, I played 2. I played Hellsinger, which has the recipe for being a great game, but it's clumsy as hell. Like when you launch the game, it wants you to do a calibration because obviously you're doing there's a lot of audio and visual cues. So it plays like a metronome, and you've got to press like the A button to the metronome, and it kind of figures out, okay, so there's a lag of so much, which like the lag for me audio wise was 80 milliseconds. And then there's a video one where it basically doesn't play any audio, it just flashes, and you've got to press it in time with a flash on the screen. And it kind of got a latency for the video lag, which was 0 milliseconds, which I didn't believe that there was 0 milliseconds between my eyes seeing what's happening on the screen, my brain processing it and pressing the button. I was like, no, that's not real. And then the game started, and like it's got a great metal backtrack, and the beat's there, but the beat seems really slow. And then you're trying to hack at enemies that are moving quicker than the beat. And the idea of the game is to try and land hits on these demons to the beat of the song to up your rage level, so then you could do other things. And it was like, it was very clumsy.
Yeah, that stinks, man.
So yeah, I like, it's got all the aspects of Doom, where it's like if you hit the demons enough, they start flashing, so you could do a finisher. If you time the finisher to the beat, you get an even higher multiplier and stuff like that. So it is so much like Doom that all I want to do is play it at full speed and not worry about the hitting things to the beat. So, and I think that's where my eagerness to play the game in a certain style, meeting the slow beat to a metal song, it didn't compute. My brain was like, no. Eyes were just like, no. So I didn't enjoy it. It was just really clumsy, and it's got all the greatness to be a good game. So somebody else might say something completely different, but it was too much like Doom for me to not be able to play it like Doom to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Anything else for you?
I went from that and started to play You Suck at Parking, which everybody go play it. That game's freaking awesome. So
I'm going to have to give it a shot.
Yeah, a few tutorials. You've got gas, brake, that's it, and steer. If you ever played Micro Machines or Art of Rally, this game plays like that. It's great. You don't have to be super like rough with the controls, but once you've stopped that car, that's it parked. There's no reverse, there's no like being able to make fine adjustments, and you don't have to be perfect with the parking. You basically, if you've got a wheel within the parking space, it's fine. Okay. But if you are outside that white line, you start again. You have to and you're timed. There's a bit of a timing aspect, and you can either completely, you can clear the level with just love heart cards, or you can clear it with golden crown cards, and you get more XP for the golden crown cards. There's a battle pass aspect to the game which you can pay for, where you can just unlock different skins and stuff like that, which is great fun. But yeah, it's just hilarious. I went from like the first level where you're just on little windy roads and you can touch the sides and bounce off the tires at the side of the road and park it is great. And then the next level I got to was like there was landmines everywhere and the barriers were all laser activated and they could blow you
that's
up.
crazy.
And then they chucked magnets in there to make it even more interesting. So the magnets pulled you in certain directions. And then at the one just before literally we started getting ready for the broadcast there was fans and they blew you in a different direction. But like there was half loop roads where you hit a booster, it flipped you upside down. You kind of got blown a little bit higher by a fan and blown in a different direction from the fan. And it builds up really quickly, but it's just a lot of fun. So
cool.
I could see that being I want to kind of just switch off for a while and play game to just keep going back to that.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'll have to give it a try. I haven't had any time yet. Just came out today, so. Is that all for you?
That's all for me. Yeah, busy weekend, working all week, and then it's like
I don't know. That's quite a bit. I mean, you beat Luigi's Mansion. You've been played 2 games. Yeah, so I don't know. That's a lot.
Yeah, I beat Luigi's Mansion on nights at work, which was very quiet. I didn't do a very great deal. So
nice. Hey, that's good to have those kind of days. That's I pretty much talked about Disney, Dreamlight Valley, Plague Tale. Those are my 2. Playing Splatoon 3 with Noah. And I'll talk more. We talked a lot about Tinykin. I haven't put that much extra time into it, so we can let that slide for now, and we will just jump right into the party chat. You want to take this away, Sean?
Yeah, go on. I'll take this. Sorry, I always wait for the audio cue afterwards to start. But,
and my scene switching. Anyways, no reason for the backstories. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. So we got 3 questions. We got one from Mr. John Blanco from Dads After Dark, and then Sir Hambo and Johnny gave us 2 questions, but we answered one, which was about why GoldenEye doesn't have any online play on the Xbox. So we'll roll with. Question 2 from Mr. Hanover and Johnny. Do you guys have any hype for the slew of Assassin's Creed announcements we got over the weekend? If so, what one are you most interested in? I will give my answer to this really quickly because it's very short and sweet. I couldn't give a flying rat's ass.
Yeah, I think you kind of already gave your answer earlier in the podcast. And I kind of gave mine too. Listen, I am not like over the moon for this. And I think they gave too much. I think they just gave, I don't care. Like, focus your audience on a few things. I don't need 8 different games coming out in the next 5 years or 4 years, however many years it was. Game. Yeah, so I mean, come on. But am I excited about Assassin's Creed stuff? I am. I don't know if excited is even the right word. What was do you guys have any? Do I have any hype? I have some hype. Hambone. That would be my answer. I have some hype for Assassin's Creed stuff. I will always, because I'm a sucker, I will always jump in to some Assassin's Creed, especially the new stuff. Am I excited to see what Assassin's Creed Mirage comes out to look like? Yep, sure am. Will I play the mobile games? Probably, because I'm a sucker for Assassin's Creed stuff, especially stuff that it's like, hey, you can play this for free. So yeah, in that sense, I'll always try Assassin's Creed stuff because I don't know, because I will, because I'm a sucker. So that's my best answer. Like right now, what am I most interested in? I'm interested in Assassin's Creed Odyssey because it's free on Game Pass, and so I will play it for a little bit, but probably not long.
Because Goofy will want some stuff from you.
That's right. That's the most important thing. Goof around in Odyssey and then goof around with Goofy in Dreamlight Valley. Let's just goof around. I think that's the title. Let's goof around. That should be the title of this. All right. What does Blanco want, since I just basically...
So, Mr. Blanco, you've talked about low-cost pucks and cloudy things for a while now, but how hyped would you be for a handheld Xbox Series H, which, he's kind of titled that one for himself, that lets you play Xbox games on a portable screen, aka a la Switch? What would be the target price point?
I'll be pretty excited.
Well, isn't this what we're getting with the rumor of the Logitech working closely with Xbox to make a piece of hardware that is basically the Switch, but for Xbox?
Maybe.
Probably mainly cloud based, but if they've got like expandable memory with an SD slot, you can buy 12 gigabyte. You can buy like half a terabyte worth of storage to stick in there, so you could store 5 or 6 games.
Yeah, it might be. But what I want is the Switch version is an Xbox version of the Switch, which is sure, can I play xCloud games on there if I want to? Boom, that's great. But yeah, if you give me that and all I got to do is hop onto the Microsoft Store, buy my game, bring it down. I don't want to deal with, well, all you got to do if you want to play Game Pass games is redo the operating system to this operating system and then do that and you'll be able. No, I want that simplicity of the Switch, which is the beauty of that baby. And then sure, if you want to let me be able to play xCloud, that's just icing on the cake, because then you can give me a lesser hard drive, right? Save me some money. But what does it take to basically take this thing that I have, this Xbox S right here, condense it into a Switch-like thing and give it a screen? How much is that going to cost? I have no idea.
I don't know. It's the physical size of it that would be the issue for me. So if you're going to run a CPU powerful enough to run the graphics,
you got to.
It's going to get fucking really hot in your hands.
You'd have to wear. Do you guys have gloves over there? Those like oven mitts that are, but they're gloves, but they're like gloves. It's just like it comes with 2 gloves, so you can hold it.
It comes with those and earplugs for the jet-like fan that needs to be running constant. Or the only time you can play it is while sat in an ice bath. Yes. The whole thing's got to be water cooled.
That's what I was gonna say. It comes with a case. You put the case on it, and then you just have to dip it in ice water every 15 minutes, and then you take the case off.
So to be able to play them with the same frame rate that we like and enjoy with the Series S and the Series X, I don't think it's possible. I don't think it is possible to have a handheld device which is going to deliver the same quality that they are. Cloud only, I can see it happening. I can see it happening quite easy. You can have a nice OLED screen on there, which bumps the price up, reduce the price because you don't have a hard drive, because it's all done by internet. Have a really good Wi-Fi system with it. The best Wi-Fi chip that money can buy for the market. And I reckon you could put it all together for around $300 to $350.
Okay, but let's take all that off the table. Let's take all this, what you can and can't do and blah, blah, blah. Let's say you can make the Switch version of an S. What would you pay to have the Switch version of an Xbox Series S? So it's in your hand. You can go onto the Game Pass store, download a couple of games, let's say, 5 or 6, because that's probably all I'm going to be able to get in that thing, and play them right there natively on this device. Boom. What would you pay for that kind of efficiency, convenience, blah, 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 blah?
I'd say anywhere between $400 to $450.
I'm a sucker, man. I mean, this would answer all my Game Pass questions, to be honest. I could play so many games just sitting on the couch the same way I play Switch games right now, right? I don't know. This would be almost dangerous. I pay $600.
The thing is,
$599.99.
If it was dockable, like the Switch,
let's assume it is
an instant connect, like continuation, like the Switch, I'd sell my Series X. I would straight up sell the Series X and buy one for, like you say, $599, quite easy. Yeah, because then it would be the only games I'm playing at the moment are Game Pass games. I'd be all over it.
Yeah, it would be amazing. Like I would in a heartbeat do it. In a heartbeat.
I could play them at work. I could play them at home. I could play them like as we went away on holiday. It's less thing to carry around.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Oh, it's such a good question, John. That really is. And and they would have me. They would have my entire wallet. I'd just take it and chuck it at them. For sure. I mean, I would be so interested in something like that. Do it, Xbox. Make an Xbox H. But I don't.
Series H.
Series H. Xbox Hell. Or handheld.
But but it's a nice pipe dream. But like I said, you're going to have efficiency issues with the cooling. To try and build the screen in there with the cooling and the hard drive and the blah blah blah.
Such a killjoy. You're such a saucy Sean again.
Ergonomic, make it ergonomic, but not too heavy that it's going to absolutely give you arthritis after 3 hours of gameplay that you're going to be crippled for the rest of your life. I just don't think it's going to be doable. Not within the next 24 to 48 months. So 4 years.
Oh, that's not too bad. I was like, are you really going to say years? I was like, come on, Sean. I'm going to be flying a plane. Because that's what they said in the 90s too, and I'm still not flying a plane, so whatever.
In the next, I don't think we'll see something like that with the capabilities of being a Series S in the next 4 years. Something cloud-based, yeah. The next 18 months, it will definitely have a few options cloud-based. We're going to have a puck. We're going to have a stick. We're going to have some form of handheld device. I think that's the way it's going. Being able to play on the move, portability is a market that Xbox really need to kind of wander down quite quickly.
For those of you who are wondering about flying a plane, I mean flying cars. Okay, so just chillax. Don't be like, well, you can fly planes right now, Nick. Duh. I don't want to hear it. I agree that is the way it's going, but that's the place to be. I mean, in this Switch version is beautiful.
In the chat, Ninja Lunchbox is saying the Steam Deck already does this. You can get a Steam Deck. No. It's expensive as hell. Even secondhand ones are now within up to the price range of $9 to $9.50 in the UK. Really
but he's
expensive.
Not wrong that they're doing it.
And the operating system isn't just designed to run Xbox and Xbox Game Pass. It's designed to run Steam. The adaptation of the Xbox on the Steam Deck is you have to manipulate the operating software to do it. It's not just out of the box, off it goes.
I agree with everything you're saying, but he is not wrong that maybe we are slightly off, that the tech is there to happen. I mean, because the Steam Deck, he's right that the Steam Deck can do everything we're asking. It's just the programming is not what we want it to be, in that it's efficient and it's snappy and all you got to do is turn it on and you come right to the Xbox store and blah, 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 blah. So there's not that, but he is right in the sense that tech is there, maybe more than we were letting on. Xbox has to, it would be great if they partnered with the Steam Deck and did like an Xbox Steam Deck that shipped out with exactly what we're talking about, which is just like, give me the Switch line of icons. The thing that everybody's like, oh, it's just a line of icons. I love it. Like, just give me that line of icons with my Game Pass, with my Xbox stuff. Give me like a Game Pass store, a Microsoft store. That's all I need. Man, I'm buying that Steam Deck for $900. Don't ask me. I don't want to answer that question. Let's move on.
How much can you sell a kidney for nowadays?
What about a kid's kid? No, I'm just kidding. Sorry.
Goofing around on the black market.
Oh, take us home. Take us home, Sean.
Take us home.
Get us out of here before I get in trouble.
Yeah. So, guys, thanks very much for listening. If you want to get in touch with us, you can do so on various different social media accounts. Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch, just at Game Pass News, and that will find us there. If you keep your eyes peeled, I am now working back on a Facebook page, so we're going to try and break the market back on Facebook. This is surprise to Nick.
Hot news to me. I didn't know this.
If you want any sweet merch like the clock behind Nick or any of our stickers, faces, anything like that, head over to redbubble.com, search for Game Pass News, and you can get the store there. If you want to jump in on the Discord, head over to patreon.com/Nintendo Dads. Little as $1 a month gets you subscribed to their service, or subsequently subscribe to our Twitch channel, and we'll sort you out. Thanks very much for Ninja Lunchbox, the Nintendo Dads, Hambone Johnny for being involved on the live chat. And until next time, guys, we shall see you later.
See you later, guys.